Hello and welcome to Mudra Stamps YouTube channel. My name is Archusha Mukherjee and today I am making a card for the ongoing Mudra Stamps challenge with the theme India. In today's video I am going to use a rotate method to create this wreath design card. The process is easier if you have a stamping platform like I do, but this card can also be created using acrylic blocks. I will be showing you the stamping platform method today. For this card, I am using the Mudra Stamps Worldly stamp set. This is a 6x4 stamp set. This stamp set has many small characters for a scene building card. It is also perfect for making a wreath style card that I will be showing. Usually the smaller stamps in a stamp set are not used as much as the other stamps, and hence the wreath card can get more out of a single stamp set. The first step to make these cards is to start with a square card base. This step is pretty important to get that perfect wreath. I have a 5x5 white card base which is of Nina Sola white cardstock. I will let you know why I chose this paper further in the video. The second important step is to jam that card base right into the corner of the stamping platform. This will make your wreath more uniform and symmetric. Now I'm going to start by selecting the smaller female dancers from the stamp. Take good time to decide the placement. There is no hurry for this step. The first stamp of the wreath is the most important step for the entire building process. Once I finalize the placement, I will lift the stamp using the door of my stamping platform. I am going to ink this stamp using the My Cocoa Brown dye ink from Mudra. Since dye inks have more water content in them, they have a tendency to bleed, and hence this is the reason I am using the Nina Sola white cardstock. It is dye ink friendly. It does not let the ink bleed or spread too much. So here, as you can see, I have already stamped my first image. Now the third and the last step is to rotate your card base by 90 degrees and continue stamping. That's it guys, 3 easy but important steps, and you can make any wreath design of your own. The other best part is you can use a variety of stamps and create a variety of designs for various themes like birthday, Valentine's Day, Christmas, etc. etc. Make sure after every rotation you jam the card panel back into the corner every single time to get a symmetric design. Now I am taking the male dance partner and stamping it with my jet black ink. Now I am going to speed up the further process because it's just repetition. Oh, another thing that I remembered you should make sure is ink your stamp between every stamping so that every stamp is uniform. Did I say every too many times? You know what I mean. Next, I'm going to stamp that palm tree with sky blue dye ink. I'm trying to make my scene imitate how a real Wardley painting looks like. On that note, a little more about Wardley art or Wardley painting for people who don't know. It is a tribal or folk style of painting from Maharashtra, India. They usually are stick figure drawings. They are set of basic geometric shapes, and each figure is apparently a symbol for different elements of nature. Isn't that cool? Yeah, our ancestors were much more cooler than we are, right? Anyway, Wardley art or Wardley paintings are usually seen on brick walls, and hence Wardley is mostly red or earth color and white color combination. I tried breaking that norm by using non-conventional colors. There is this huge Wardley painting mural downstairs in my apartment which is almost 20 by 40 feet, and that was one of the inspirations to get this stamp set and create cards out of them. Okay, so that was a very brief information about Wardley paintings in India in case you aren't aware about this art form. Okay, I sped up the pretty simple process there. I have stamped that deer in tangerine orange color and the sun in lemon yellow dye ink. For the center part of my wreath, I am using Mudra's sky blue cardstock. This cardstock almost matches the sky blue my ink. Most of the inks, cardstocks and envelopes match with each other at Mudra. That's a card maker's dream. I have just die cut it using a circle stitch die, but it was lacking something, so I decided to mat it over a die cut from the Yellow Mellow Mudra cardstock. For the blue die cut, I decided to heat emboss this super extravagant drum player in rose gold embossing powder. I wanted to continue that orange tinge from the card into the center as well. Prepping the paper with an anti-static is super important because this is a very detailed fine line stamp. I am also making sure I don't apply too much pressure while stamping. The other important part is choosing a superfine embossing powder for a crisp result. We will save all that powder because it's expensive. Sometimes even after prepping there are few stubborn bits of powder that stay back, which I get rid of using a narrow dry brush. Okay, we'll heat set this now. I usually start heat setting from the back because sometimes I find some powder flying away with the sudden blow of air. This magic never gets old. This process of melting embossing powder is like watching it for the first time every single time. So shiny! My extravagant drummer looks alone there, so I'm adding a few more tiny dancers around him in a white embossing powder. For this super tiny stamps, I find this Impresso acrylic block by Mudra so helpful because it's so small and so cute and perfect for miniature stamps. For the yellow die cut, I will stamp the border stamp from the same stamp set to create my very own pattern. I am stamping the border using tangerine orange dye ink again by Mudra. I am just slightly sliding my die cut and stamping over and over again to get a repetitive border kind of pattern over my die cut. That's cute. Okay, so we have arrived at my most favorite step of a card making process, that is assembling the card. So yay! I don't know about other card makers, but I really love assembling my card. I stuck the blue die cut with foam tape for height, and I will stick the yellow part with liquid glue and not foam tape because I do not want excessive height on my card as well. I'm just eyeballing to find the center of the card to stick my die cuts, and liquid glue helps because I can move around till I can reach the almost perfect placement. I usually eyeball everything using the grids of my glass mat. I'm using the same sky blue cardstock for the card base as well. This is a 5.5 by 5.5 card base. This will give 1/4 of an inch border around my card panel. I'm adding some green sequins from Mudra. I love their sequins because they are bright in color, and Mudra Couture sequins have a variety in their size. There are approximately 4 different sizes of sequins in one package, and that adds a lot of interest to your card project. The last step left is to add a sentiment, and I'm using the Thanks a Bunch from Purely Sentiment labeled stamp by Mudra Stamps. I am using VersaFine Onyx Black ink to stamp the sentiment because it is a very fine sentiment and I want the result to be crisp. I am trimming my sentiment using a Guillotine trimmer by keeping a white frame around it. I will also eyeball and stick the sentiment right in the center using some foam tape. And our card is finished. Hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give the thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more fun videos. You can find all the products on www.mudrastamps.in and find the links to the products in the description box below. Follow Mudra Stamps on Instagram for interesting projects. You can also follow me on Instagram at kenchi.school. Bye!